All right, what's up, Disclosure TV peeps? Yeah, I just said peeps. My live stream health is in the yellow. That's not good. All right, so everybody, I don't know if everybody's seen it. You may have saw it. There is a new video going around. Let me find it. But it's a new video of a military plane flying over downtown Nashville. And this has been happening a lot over the last, I don't know, year, 2 years or so. Some people think they're getting ready for a takeover, or they could be getting ready for an invasion of some sort. So, before I show you the video, I'm going to show you what else has been going on in the United States. If you look at this screen, I'll play it. I have to look off of two screens. I really don't want to, but you know what? So what a lot of people are seeing off of this is, let me turn the volume down a little. If you know, we have military trains moving all over the United States right now. Yes, some of them are going out to different countries. I did see where some of them were going to Morocco and different other countries like that. As you can see here, there's construction equipment. I do work in construction. I do know what all that equipment is. You don't have to be in the military to know what that stuff is. But they do have a lot of equipment moving across the United States. A lot of tanks. There are a lot, and I do mean a lot of tanks. Some of them are going to the few I've seen. They're green. Yes, if you're aware that the reason that the United States painted all their equipment tan in the first place was because I guess they felt like most of their wars or most of their battles were going to be fought in the desert. And that's kind of odd to automatically paint a whole force, your whole military, one specific color. Because in the other wars, Vietnam, they were painted green, So our equipment it's been tan since the Gulf War, basically, since the 1990s. So what I'm going to show you is what's been going on across the United States. And it's scaring us, a lot of people, actually. It's scaring a lot of people. So this happened on January the 18th. It was a C-117 flying downtown Nashville, running combat maneuvers. Well, what I found out about all this is that it is an urban combat training maneuver, and it's happened more than just here. These people actually thought that the plane was going to hit the building.
Oh my gosh. He's right above it, Toby. Oh my God.
And I'm going to the video does continue, not for this one, but to show you a few more examples of over the last year of what the military's been doing all over the United States. They've been getting ready for urban warfare in the United States. Yes, you could do, or the main thing about all this was they were getting ready for urban combat in mega cities. I don't know of any mega cities besides China. I mean, that's the only one I know of. I don't know what they would consider as a mega city. Maybe Dubai. Maybe I don't know, but I don't think we really have mega cities. This one, this video right here that you're seeing, that one is actually in Arizona. This one's in Arizona. Like I said, they've been doing it all over the United States. Florida, Arizona, Philadelphia, New York, Washington, Phoenix. This one's Phoenix. This one right here is actually a good one. This is in Flint, Michigan. This is downtown Flint, Michigan, and you can see the little light right there hovering above the building. You cannot see these helicopters. These are Black Hawk helicopters. What they're doing is they're dropping off soldiers to go in this building to clear this building out. It is combat training, and you can actually see the gunfire go off. If you can. And there was a loud explosion. I guess they threw a flash grenade or a gas grenade in there, and there was actually a cop standing right there videoing just the same as this guy was.
There's been gunshots and explosions.
And the people of Flint, Michigan were like, what the crap's going on? And actually a lot of people in all these cities where the military is doing all this training in an urban environment, all of them have been freaking out. All of them have been freaking out because the government doesn't tell anybody what's going on at all. So these people, actually, a lot of these people during all these all these training sessions that the military is having in the city, the people have called 911. That's Lower Manhattan.
To all that helicopter noise you've been hearing, and get ready, you're about to see the action for the first time.
ABC 15's Kim Tobin live in downtown Phoenix tonight in the middle of all of the action.
Phoenix, actually, they do a lot in Phoenix. They do a lot in Phoenix, and they do a lot in Broward County, Florida.
And we were here in downtown Phoenix. It was all quiet, and then all of a sudden, a big wave. We saw helicopter after helicopter just coming in. Still hearing some of that noise right now here in downtown Phoenix. Now take a look at this video. This was at the Sandra Day O'Connor Federal Courthouse right near the sheriff's office downtown on Jefferson. Now we could see the black helicopters.
And like I said, they are training for urban warfare within the United States. That's what I believe. And I'm going to show you why I believe that.
And roads were shut down all around Jefferson and Washington. People stopping in the street, pointing out windows, looking up into the sky as they watch this whole scene unfold downtown.
So I'm going to show you why I believe that that's going on. That it's actually for the United States. So let's cut off my display capture. Or no, we don't want to cut the display capture off. But we do want to do window capture. Okay, so here's my window capture. Alright, so what you're looking at now is actually, this is a building. Well, let me give you some background information first. So the United States government actually started a it's called the AWG, which is it's a military program that teaches urban warfare. So this is in Virginia, I think. Actually, you are not seeing that because I am. So what you all are seeing, I don't know why that worked out that way. That's so stupid. Sorry. Oh look, we're getting there. Yay! I had to resize it. Okay. So, what you are looking at, what the AWG is I'll switch back over to my main screen and not play that. So what the AWG is, the AWG is the Asymmetric Warfare Group in the United States Army. It's a unit created during the War on Terrorism to mitigate various threats with regard to asymmetric warfare. The unit is headquartered at Fort Meade. Maryland has a training facility at Fort A.P. Hill, Virginia. So, with that picture that I just showed you, that one, they actually built a city in Fort A.P. Hill, Virginia. So, and it's just not any city. They didn't build any city. And this is one of the reasons why I don't think that they are building, that they are getting ready for another overseas campaign, if you will. I don't think they are. I think they're getting ready for a campaign within the United States, and I think, and you know, some people say that the United States is expecting a invasion. Russia's getting ready actually to go to war, and they said that they were getting ready to go to war with the United States. However, they said they will go to war with the United States if they mess with Russia. And the Russian ambassador to the UN came out and said, yes, we're preparing for war. We have all this crap going on in the United States right now, and it's not even funny. What are we going to do in the first place? Because we have half of our citizens divided with the other half. You got one half that's going to say, hey, we give up, let's be Russian or Chinese, and then you got the other half that says, no, I still want to be American. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it's probably the liberal half that's probably going to want to go ahead and be the Russian or the Chinese half. I need to go back and check my thing real quick. So, okay. So we're good. We're still good. I got a lot of stuff running. That's why it looks, if it looks a little funny, I've got a lot of stuff running. Really, I'll turn some of it off. I really don't want to, but I will. So there we go. Because my computer's running a little hot. Yeah, it dropped down a whole lot. Okay, we're good. So back to this. Okay, so this is an apartment building. As you can see, this looks just like a standard apartment building. As you can see, it's got four pickup trucks, 2 pickup trucks sitting outside, a van, nice fence. The glass is, I do construction work, so I know what this glass is. That is hurricane-proof glass, made in the United States. Not something you would find in the desert. Not usually. I mean, in a skyscraper, yeah, but this was American built. It's obvious. It's obvious it was. So this is actually, I have another picture of this, but what this is actually a EMS station. That's actually an ambulance station. And as you know, most ambulance stations in the United States look just like that. I know they do here. We have about 5 of them. They all look just like that, similar shape, garage doors. Most ours are multi-bay, but you know, a lot of people don't pay attention to where your EMS ambulances come from and your fire trucks come from. Maybe fire trucks, but usually not ambulances. If you look behind there, you do see a rail car. That is, they do have a rail car back there. They have a train system set up, and I'll show you some other stuff that they have set up. The other picture that I have of this is actually with an ambulance parked out front, a real ambulance. So if you look right here, let's zoom in a little. We have all the cars parked out front. I mean, they've even got fire hydrants, light poles, crosswalk signs, traffic signs. They've got traffic signs, red and green lights, all the way down to there's even the little electrical box right there for your communications. There's flower pots. There's your catwalk, or not catwalk, but your fire escapes on your buildings. Yes, I know everybody can have a fire escape. At least you need to anyway. But this does have a fire escape. That building doesn't. That is an office building. And as you saw from the other videos, they were going into office buildings there. A few of them, they went into empty apartments. Actually, the office buildings they went into were the courthouses. They broke in, went into the courthouses, done their mission, came back out. So you do have vehicles up front, and I think that, I don't know if that's a cop car sitting back there or not, maybe security. But, and this right here is what made me even more worried about that they're training for a mission in the United States. This, yes, that is a church, that is a Christian church, that is a Christian church in the United States. That's what most of them, 99% of them look like, unless you have a mega church. So that's a country Christian church is what that is. That is exactly what that is. And like I said, they built this city really lifelike. I mean, this thing's even got a steeple. It's got stained glass windows. It's got the little rock out on the front of it to make it look old. I think they spent somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 billion to build all this. Like I said, they have it. There's a door even down here to the side. I mean, they even have a basement door. They have, steps, sidewalks, handrails, all the way down to the stained glass, and even they had a custom stained glass made for the top. You know, this right here is what made me think that they were gearing up to, and this has only been made in the last few years. All of this, it's only been made in, I think maybe 2 years, 4 years. So this is the inside of the office building. I mean, look at that. That is a stereotypical American office building. American architecture, American design, American styling. It's even got fire. It's got all your fire stuff on the wall right here, right there. All that is all your fire and alarms. It's got pictures on the wall, LED lighting, heating and air, wall plates, front desk, all the way down to the flower pots. It's everything. The chairs, the way it's, I mean, and then I guess behind there may be security. I'm going to guess that's what that is. That's a security room. I mean, that's where I would put it. This is actually them training. This is the AWS tactical team training in a subterranean environment in a tunnel. And actually, I'll show it to you here in a minute. The United States government, as you know, tacked on, I think, $500 million, I'm pretty sure it's $500 million to train our troops in underground subterranean warfare. I know we have a lot of people that have tunnels and stuff like that, but we don't have anything like that here except for subways. Subways are the main thing that we have here underground. And I'm going to just click through those. Those right there are actually those are half-sized miniaturized shipping containers. They cut them in half, and they're training from those. Okay, so that's most of this stuff is they have a freeway, they have a soccer stadium, a bridge, subway station, and subway cars. This is the map of the fake city that they built. Train station, rail cars, apartment office buildings, church, mosque, and freeway. We do have a lot of mosques here. They're all over Los Angeles. But this was developed. I mean that one's. They developed this just like. They even have a freeway. They developed this just like an American city. I'm showing you this stuff, and it is definitely 100% American. There's the ambulance I was talking about right there in the background. Railroad crossings. These are railroad crossings that are here in the United States. I doubt they may look a little similar, but that's your typical railroad crossing here. And really, that's a rural, if I say that right. A lot of people hate saying rural, but that is actually a rural train crossing right there. Out in your suburbs is what that is. So here's a picture of there's the soccer stadium. So right here to your right, you have an actual subway station. That's your underground subway station that you find in New York. Los Angeles is limited on their subway station. It's not as big as the one in New York or Chicago or probably Detroit. But I mean, they do have a little one. I mean, I lived there for about 2 years, and I wouldn't even say they have a subway station, to be honest. So, but yeah, that's them. They had a lot of pictures of training in a subway. They did. Like I said, if you go back, look over here, you can see the traffic lights hanging up on the road. I mean, all this is indicative of an American town. All of it. Nothing in here screams, we're training for somewhere overseas. That's them. I don't know. I guess that's them prepping, jumping over a brick wall or something. AWG's main purpose is that particular group, their main purpose is to figure out problems in battle and have a solution to fix it. So if somebody's getting ready to go into battle or go in to do they're getting ready to go in and do a mission, and they're prepping their mission, and they have a certain situation, and it's like, and they don't know what to do about it. They call these guys in the United States. They do train people. They train. That's all they do is train in urban combat. That's all they do, and that's what the United States is gearing up for. I'm not picking out just. I'm not saying that these guys are. I'm not, picking out that and showing you individual training from these guys only. I'm just saying that that's what they specifically do. The other videos I was showing you was actually military training in urban combat. Oh, that's here is military increased budget for urban warfare 2019. Members of the House and Armed Services Committee said today that the U.S. Army urban warfare training is not realistic enough to prepare soldiers for the dense megacity battlefields they may face in the future. The committee's Emerging Threats and Capabilities Subcommittee released its markup of the Proposal Physical 2000 National Defense Authorization Act today, which that was put in. I can't remember what president who put that in. I would know, but Obama, I think Bush, which included a section on Army urban warfare training. In it, lawmakers called for a briefing from the Army Secretary on plans to beef up urban warfare training and a study on the practicality of building another training center specifically for this purpose. So now, they want to build a bigger one, a bigger center than this. They just spent $2 billion on this center, and it's not good enough. It's not realistic enough for them. In St. George, Utah, Marines set up a forward arming and refueling point at St. George Municipal Airport. Those points are essential in combat. They provide refueling and resupplying to military aircraft as well as crucial aircraft maintenance. The reason I wrote that on there, that come from an article talking about urban combat, and so they set up at this airport. They have a section for themselves where they can come in and refuel and go. So if they're on a mission, and I don't know why they would be on a mission here, but that's what that is saying. It does state that. It says these points are essential in combat. Well, in combat here in the United States, they wouldn't be here in combat. They would be overseas in combat. However, I do understand the point to where we might be invaded one day. As a matter of fact, I give it 100%. I give an invasion of the United States 100% chance. I don't know when it'll happen. I guarantee it. But they're setting up refueling points all over the United States. Let me see if I'm still streaming okay. I'm down to 15 frames a second. So let me refresh this. Let me get a refresh on this. Sorry if it... I don't know why it's lagging that way. I'm sorry. But hopefully you all can hear me. I'm supposed to be at 30 FPS, but right now I'm setting at 15. So This is an article from January 16th. It's from Broward County Sheriff's Office, Florida. Don't worry, we're not being invaded. Those low-flying military helicopters and aircraft disturbing the calm. The past 2 nights are involved in training exercises, and there may be more action before the week is over. So, like I said, they've been doing this all year long. I'm going to say since the beginning of 2018. I do know that they started prior to that, but they didn't do it all the time. It's just gotten a whole lot more busier over the last year. And that's another video I'm going to show you about what's gotten a lot busier over the last year, which is the movement of military equipment. So all this military equipment is being moved, like I said, all over the United States. It's being moved all over the United States. This is just the last 2 months alone. All this. All this is the last 2 months. Generators. Most of it's generators and Humvees. I did see a few things in particular. I did see some crowd control equipment on Humvees. There's a lot of gas trucks. There's a lot of like I said, there is all the construction equipment. That's for road building. This is not all of it. I did have another video. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. Here's another video of the Marines training.
To look down to see a helicopter.
That's probably the same one I showed you. Here is another video of them training in. This is them out in the desert training for urban combat. I guess out towards California, maybe. I know it's California, maybe Arizona, Nevada, somewhere like that.
An enemy force. Our mission was to clear the town of all insurgents, and then we had to retain it with a defensive sector for each of the 3 companies given their specific sector for a period of 2 days.
So, just as he said, his mission in this particular thing was to go into the city, clear it of insurgents. Insurgents could be whoever they say it is, and then lock it down for 2 days. And as you can see in this is urban combat training footage. This is what this is. They have army tanks in the urban combat training footage. Yes, that is an automated gun. I'm going to assume it's an automated 50 cal. It's computerized. And as you see there, they're using tanks that are... The tanks that they're using are green. Those are green colored tanks. During a full mission, even if you're training, they use everything that they need that's supposed to be correct. That's how they are very particular. The Army doesn't... We give them enough money to spend to where they don't have to skimp out. So when they do their training scenarios, they do it down to a T. Even the equipment. And this is an urban warfare training video from the Marine Corps. And yes, they are using a green tank. Green tanks, especially that color green, is used in jungle environments, in forest environments, in environments where there's more green than there is anything else. Just like the ones that use in the Middle East, they're all tan. There's a lot of dust. There's a lot of sand. That's the reason why they are that color. Drones. Those are mini drones. They're using. So, I mean, what do you all think? You all think they're getting ready for? Is martial law getting ready to come into play? Are they getting ready to take all of our guns? To me, it seems like they're gearing up for something, and a lot of people do see that the military is gearing up for something. And me showing you all this is just showing you proof of what's going on. And like I said, all this stuff that I'm giving you is new stuff. This is not 2 years ago, 3-4 years ago stuff. This is all the real cars. That's all in the last 2 months. The training footage, that's new. The training facility in AP Hill, Virginia, that's new. All this stuff I'm telling you is new. It's common sense. It's easy to read. You know, I'm not just putting stuff together and then saying this is what it is. At all. That's not what I'm going to do. I am not your donut hole conspiracy person. I'm not your dude with the hole in their head. When I see something and it makes sense, it just makes sense. So to me, that makes total sense. Everything that they're using, their equipment that they're using, the city that they're using to train in, the fact that they're using urban combat training as a title, all of it to me suggests that they are in fact training. I know that. I mean, they're training for a city. They're training for urban combat. I just believe it's here. That's where I believe it's at. I mean, the other cities with green tanks or green uniforms, or that to go to places like that, you're talking Russia. It has a lot of country, a lot of open space, a lot of suburbs. You got North Korea, South Korea, China. There's not too many places. Brazil, South America, or here, Canada. There's not too many places where you could I mean, everywhere has big cities, but the buildings they're using, there's only a few places, a few countries in the world with that kind of setup. And I understand that they may not be particularly training, but when the military does train, they are particular. They want to know exactly what color paint is on the wall. If there's 2 tones of paint in a room, they want to know what the 2 colors of paint that is and what wall that's on. They want to know if there's a broom sitting in the closet. They want to know all that information. That's their job, is to gather information, and as much information as they can. So, I mean, I could probably gather up some more information. I'm sure. I know I can. But the fact that they're training in American cities, and they're building fake American cities to train in. They're changing the color of their equipment to green. A lot of the equipment you saw in the rail yard, a lot of it was a mixture of both. And no, the cities that those trains were in were Kansas City, Nebraska, I think Louisiana, maybe. They were they come from interior United States. They were interior, and as I said before, on one of my other videos, FEMA's shipping at mobile command centers all over the United States. They are. You can look at one of my videos. I have proof of that. They're mobilizing mobile command centers all over the United States. That is from Director Brock Long of FEMA. He states that. It's recorded from C-SPAN. All the information that I give on my channel is backed up by sources, true sources, government sources, things that you can see for yourself. I even give you words along to go with them that don't belong to me, that don't belong to anybody else except for the source. And that's the way I do it. It's common sense. No, I don't believe in flat earth. That crap's crazy. I mean, I don't think anybody else is crazy, but I just believe it's crazy. We definitely live on a round planet. I don't believe in chemtrails very much. I mean, maybe if I had more proof. Maybe if I had more proof. I mean, I can't just take the proof of seeing a white line in the sky. Planes make white lines. I believe in aliens. I'm getting there on that one. I've never seen so many government officials coming out saying they exist. I mean, over the years, even more and more have come out and saying, that it exists. So, I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for watching my video. Like my video, subscribe, hit that like button, share my video. All right. Disclosure TV out. Oh, look. Stuff went back up. Huh. Thank goodness I'll have another computer. All right. It's out.